welcome. DFS Stats here. We got Price. We have Dustin breaking down Sanderson Farms. We are back after a week hiatus to stroke play. The Ryder Cup was a lot of fun to watch. Lots of fun to watch. Price was really close, taking out 100K. Really close. Just wanted to point out his blunder there for $130,000. 130,000. No big deal. We are at the Country Club of Jackson. It is almost 75, 74-61, par 72. The pros are going to tear up this course. This course is a lot of fun every year. I love this. I always feel like I'm doing good. It makes bad putters good. For example, Sergio Garcia and Cam Champ gaining 3 and 9 strokes. Maybe you want to tee up Aaron Weiss. Maybe Keegan Bradley. There's a lot of team no putt out there, so might want to think about that as you make your lineups. So with that being said, they're going to tear up this course, par 72, 7,500 yards. A couple metrics that I'm going to be looking at is obviously the standard ones, par 4, 400 to 450, and also par 5 scoring, strokes gained off the par 5s, and also proximity 100 to 125. So with that said, let's get after it. Price, you want to break down the top dogs? Let's do 9K to Sam Burns all the way up top, 11K. And if you have any thoughts on this event.
Yeah, it's actually a really solid field, all things considered, week after the Ryder Cup. It's definitely team no putt this week. These greens are pretty easy. Everyone can put on. Sergio fucking won with his eyes closed putting last year, so that goes to show you anything. But from 9K, there's a lot of guys I like. Hoffman at 9K, I love him this week. Keegan, Mito. I feel like we're going to be playing a lot of Mito this year. He's been spectacular tee to green. His one thing that holds him back is putting, which this is obviously a course that putting doesn't really matter. But he's really solid off the tee. And then Sanjay is probably my favorite play. I don't know how owned he'll be yet, but he just checks pretty much every box for me. And I'd rather play him than pay 7,000 for Burns or 10,500 for Sergio. Seems dumb. But I looked at Zalatoris, but I'd rather just take a little discount, go down to old Sanjay. What about you guys?
So I like Sam Burns here. That
weird.
He went to LSU. Yeah, no, it's really weird. 11K though, but he did go to LSU. He's familiar with this part of the country. Love his game. His par 4, 400, 450. He's second. Team, his putter is actually really good. So it's not a team no putt with Burns, but overall I do like Burns over a lot of these other top guys. But Mito, 99. I love that price broke out. And honestly, other than those, like Sanjay, Savvy Burns, and Mito, I do like Bradley, but I just don't think I'm gonna get on him. Other than that, there's not many other golfers I'm gonna be playing up here. Those are the top 3 that I'm looking at. Dustin, you got anything else to add? Where are you at? Are you taking a different approach than us?
It's tough because most of these top guys outside of Sergio rate pretty well this week in our model. What we're looking at, I'm liking Zalatoris as far as the top tier 10K up. Obviously Sanjay's right there, but I think I want to click Will Zalatoris. He played really well 2 weeks ago, and gained almost 5 strokes on approach. He's obviously a terrible putter.
It's a comparable course too from 2 weeks ago.
Normally, and so I just feel like a lot of upside there. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun week, I think. Obviously you drop down a little lower, you have some rougher picks, but these top guys are can score. Keegan Bradley, like you said, I always want to click him because he's like fire and ice. Go out there and shoot a
great GPP play,
and then shoot at 80 the next day. So.
All right, let's go down to the next range. I'm going to start with Power. He ranks 3rd in my model and actually approach top 5 around the green. He's great. He actually has a good putter as well. And there are a couple stats that I care about. Par 4, 400, 450. He's 4th. And also Strokes gained par 5. He's up there in the top 30. So overall, 8,800. I love power there. Rates out really well for me. But I'm going to go down to my play, Aaron Wise, the only guy who can win a golf tournament and not get a girl to kiss him afterwards. Aaron Wise is team no putt. Terrible putter. But he rates out 4th in my model. This is the type of event that Aaron Wise comes out and wins out of nowhere. And you're like, man, this young cat has a lot of potential. So Aaron Wise, 8,300. I think he is underpriced and a very good value play. Right below my boy Gary Woodland, which I'm not going to talk about because I am not on him. But price, who do we like here? This
You're going to make me go last with all my guys in this range? That's messed up.
No, I'll let you go.
Go ahead, Dustin. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you can pretty much guess who I like here if you follow along.
Grillo, continue.
Daddy.
He's 9,000. I already talked about him.
Oh well,
bro, we're not in the 9K range. You already had your chance.
90.
You already had your chance to talk about Hoffman, man.
Well, anyway, this is a Hoff Daddy course, so hop on. Grillo pad's another one that I love to play. Rates out super well this week. The only thing he doesn't rate super good on in our model is par 5s, 550 to 600 because he's not a super long hitter. So not really worried about that stat. So love Grillo pad. And Strillman, I think Strillman's an interesting pick this week, right at the 8,900. Has pretty good course history, I believe. And can always pop off. He had a 7th place at the Wyndham a month ago. So I think he's intriguing, even though he's terrible at the BMW. But
right. So anything to add there?
No, that's all the people I like. And then I don't mind CT Pan this week. He's not going to pop per se on models. He and Carlos Ortiz are just two guys who, when they play well, they play well. Ortiz had 2 really good showings here and then missed the cut last time out. But CT Pan is one of those, just kind of plods around. He's really good with his wedges. He's decent on approach. And he's, if he gets his putter going, he's going to be, top 25-ish, if not better. But that's about it. I love Aaron Wise this week.
Yes.
Yeah, you and Chris agree for once.
I know. Doesn't happen very often.
I'm gonna full fade Aaron Wise this week.
That's team have to hit deposit after Sunday. Well, no, because we got football and we're pretty good at that. But the low range, after we got Aaron Wise, we picked the winner, right? So now you still got to fill up your lineup with 5 other golfers. Norlander, team no putt at 7,200. I kind of dig it. Another guy in the low 7K range, Matt Wallace. He's first in my model. I was a little surprised by that. So I have him checked off. I got to do a little bit more thinking on that one, but 7,100 and my rank number 1 is a pretty good tandem. So if I go scroll all the way down, not all the way, but also another guy who pops off on the ranking and a guy I like, I'm going to look a little bit more into, and I don't have to go too far into the 6K range because if you remember the very top, there's only a couple guys I like up there. So when I get guys like Aaron Wise at 8,300 winning the event, just have to be selective down here. But Sam Ryder at 6,700 rates out 10 in my model. Overall, a good play, I feel like, in this weaker field. Price, you want to follow that up?
So someone who's priced pretty similarly to him is Adam Schenk, who has really good weeks here, or really good outings at this tournament. He played pretty solid. I think he finished 35th last time out. I really like Nick Hardy. He's a guy who came up from the Corn Ferry Tour, played well out there. He rates out 33rd overall on the model at 6,900. Yeah, made the cut last time out. He's solid. Norlander did well last year, and he rates out, fairly well. I just don't think I can click him this week. He hasn't had really good form lately. But I think my favorite play under 8K is probably Joseph Bramlett. He hits the piss out of the ball. He's good on approach. The thing he usually struggles with is putting. And last time here, he actually gained strokes putting. So he's a guy who really could be a sneaky play He's top 20 in approach, opportunities gained, long par fives, and tee to green game. So pretty solid play there. What about you, D?
I think my play from this range is going to be Ches. He's another guy that can't putt. He just that's mainly his weakness. He gained 5.3 on approach, 3.2 on approach the last 2 tournaments. So striking the ball really well. 2.2 over his last 10 he's gaining. So I just like him in that price point to give himself opportunities to score. And he's been playing pretty good. He has a 11th, 31st, and 29th his last 4 tournaments with a miscut sprinkled in there. So I think you can do a lot worse, in this range. And then it gets a little gumpy down here because you got a bunch of guys that, they might rate okay, but have bad form coming in or had a terrible event. One guy that I want to look at is Zach Johnson. Has been playing okay. He's just, he's one of those guys you can click that you feel like can give you a made cut and finish in the top 10. So
this course is also tree line, so if he can get off the tee straight, it does favor long hitters a little bit, but there's no approach shot. There's very few approach shots that are long. So that's like I like that play a lot. And especially with a tree line golf course. I can see it.
And then who else was I looking at here? I know Matt Wallace, your little cousin here, rates pretty well in the model. Kind of up and down sometimes, but he's a capable golfer. So at 7,100, I have to look at him a little bit.
Yeah, 7,100, this type of tournament, capable golfer. That's all you're looking for down there. All right, let's wrap it up. I enjoyed it. Hope y'all got some tidbits out of that. Leave a comment if you have any questions or want to add anything. Let's go make some money. Go check us out, all of our socials, the DFS Dads on Facebook and Twitter. We give out showdown plays of the week for golf, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also NFL. All the other sports are coming back too. So let's get after it. Let's make some money. We'll talk to y'all soon.